keeps you coming back to meet fans at these events?
They forced me to. Yeah. I was sitting quietly in my home, and some people came and dragged me out, threw me into a car and brought me here. So, I just have to come, because they've got weapons. Oh, they're very naughty. And they've got Daleks and Cybermen and nasty things from other series to protect them and guard them. It's awful. Wherever you look, there's Klingons and Star Trek officers. They're the worst. Oh, the fans treat me really well. It's these people behind here. If I try and escape, they'll hurt me. So I have to come. But the fans are all very nice.
I guess it's the question everyone's asking, but why has the series run for so long? What makes it the most enduring and beloved television series of all time?
I wish I could answer that, and if I could, I would make television programmes. I have to say, it's probably because it's good. Are you Spider-Man? Your name's Peter Parker. You're Spider-Man. Go on, climb up the wall, go on. Go on.
You pay extra for that. Looking back on your own experiences being part of this very special series, are there any particular fond memories? Are there any things that really, when you look back, just make you smile, make you crack that famous wry grin?
Every single day of it. There's never been a moment I haven't enjoyed. So I suppose the first day I walked into my own TARDIS console room, I remember that very clearly, and I wiped off all the lines that John Pertwee had written on it. Stepping into Peter Davison's shoes and showing everybody how it should be done. Sweet effete.
Each version of the Doctor's brought us something different, brought out a different flavour of the character. If you had to, how would you describe yours? What do you think you brought to the role?
I wouldn't have to, so I'll let other people describe. Because to describe is to limit. And if I describe what I thought I brought to the role, people will argue with that. So I'm going to let them say what I brought to it. What I brought to it is whatever skill I have as an actor, really.
Of course, we're about to see another changing of the guard, Matt handing over to Peter Capaldi. What do you think of that? Are you a fan of Peter? Do you think he's a good fit for the role?
Peter is a perfect fit for the role. And if they hadn't come up with the idea, eventually someone would, because his work leads inexorably to the moment of playing Doctor Who for me. He's a really sharp, defined, brave actor. So I'm delighted he's taking over. And he's a grown-up. Yes. Not like all these bloody kids that have been playing it for the last 10 years.
Hi there.
There has obviously been a lot of debate about which direction they should go with, and I think that is the big thing fans have been pointing towards, the fact that he's been getting increasingly younger, and maybe they want a little bit of statesmanship, a little bit of elder wisdom there.
Well, having said, the only reason I'm glad is, as an actor, I'm glad that an older actor has been asked to play the part. And he's about the same age as William Hartnell was when he started. To be fair to both David and Matt, they may be young in years, but in fact their performances convinced me they were 900 years old, going on 1,000. So they were young men who totally played the Doctor, so I'm not suggesting otherwise. I just want older actors to get work, and I'm glad they have. And they've got a female market now as a result of those two young guys. There's girls watching it, and hopefully they'll continue when they see an older man playing the part superbly, which I know Peter will.
There was a lot of talk before Peter was appointed about whether or not they might even have their first female Doctor. Do you think that could ever happen, should ever happen?
I think it should happen, but I don't think it will happen. I think it's absurd that any entity does not have at least a 1/12 of a feminine side. It should be 50-50. Come on, equal opportunities. But I know there's too many people out there who say, heaven forfend, a woman should be the Doctor. The Doctor is a man. I don't see that. He's a bloody alien to start with. So there might be 3 sexes on Gallifrey, for all we know. So maybe he'll come back as a neuter or a hermaphrodite. Any of those things I would embrace.
Doctor has faced even a wider array of villains. Everyone has their favourites. For you, is there one that you're particularly terrified of, or particularly just enjoy seeing the Doctor do battle with?
I would like to meet the ones that fart. The Slitheen, I like them. I love the idea of a malodorous villain. And I thought the Silents were a very clever villain. Something that makes you forget all about them. Unlike this interview, which I'll remember after you've gone, sadly.